All right. So the live streaming is on. Everyone, welcome to, formally now, welcome to the 1098th meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. And as our president will not be joining today, I, as the VP Education, will be officiating as the president. And yeah. So first, I don't think we have anyone. All right, but it will be good to introduce Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters? Toastmasters is a worldwide organization based in Colorado, USA, and it is aimed at teaching communication and leadership skills. The funny part is no one actually teaches. We all learn by speaking and communicating with each other. And in turn, we also learn leadership skills as part of Toastmasters. It is present in almost all countries in the world, more than 17,000 clubs, more than 250,000 members. In Pakistan, we have around 45, and we are designated as one of the provincial districts of Toastmasters. Karachi Toastmasters Club came into existence in September 2000, and that means that it is in its 4th year. And uh, it is one of the most celebrated and decorated clubs in the world. It has routinely featured in the top 10 of worldwide rankings in terms of education awards. It has routinely completed all 10 DCP goals. During in its entirety of its existence, it has achieved at least distinguished uh, for 22 years. And that run has been perfect over the past few years. So before we move on, we have quite a few guests here. So I'd like to community member who I see after a very long time, distinguished Toastmaster Amir Bilal. Amir, would you like to introduce yourself?
Assalamu alaikum. It's like returning home after a long time, and it feels really great to be back in KTC meeting. So I've been missing this for a long period of time. Fellow Toastmasters, this is DTM Amir Bilal. I started my journey with KTC in 2019, and I became DTM by mid of 2022. So it was a beautiful journey, and I've been mentored by one of the greatest Toastmasters in Pakistan community, DTM Talha bin Hamid. So I'm always grateful for his help and guidance throughout. So yeah, thank you very much, and over to you, sir.
Well, only in Pakistan, DTM Amir. I'm disappointed. Anyhow, no worries. No. And plus, plus, whatever you did, you earned on your own behalf. You have been a very active member, a very valuable member, not only in Karachi Toastmasters Club, but in several clubs. And it is amazing to see you back. We have Toastmaster Mason Heather. Please introduce yourself. Uh,
I think
I believe,
Toastmaster Muslim is on
yeah,
mute.
yeah, you're on mute. Please introduce yourself.
Sorry. Assalamu alaikum.
No worries.
My name is Misam Heather, and I've been a Toastmaster for the last 6 months and at the Contour Islamabad Club, and it's relatively new, just as old as my membership at Toastmasters. And they've been having a fortnightly meetings, but I thought I should just join another club as well, give a speech over there. So I asked our VP Education to find another club for me to give my speech, and here I am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nesum, and it's a pleasure because Contour, if for everyone's benefit, Contour opened 3 clubs simultaneously in Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad. And ever since their inception, Contour has been one of the most active, three of the most active clubs in the district. So it's great to have Contour as part of our community. And Mason, just to let you know, Karachi Toastmasters Club is open to all clubs. As long as you're a Toastmaster, you can get a speaking slot here, no matter where on the planet you are. DTM Aram, you wanted to say something?
Assalamu alaikum, everyone in DTM Talha. I have a slight request. I did not know that I'm evaluating this Toastmaster Mesam. So, is it possible that I can switch my evaluation, because I have already evaluated a couple of times in their club, and it would be
All
added value
right.
for Toastmaster Mesam to have another evaluator.
I had that at the back of my mind, but somehow then I slept. So yeah, no worries there. So
If the speaker doesn't mind, if both the speakers are
yeah,
okay with it.
Toastmaster Mason, if you can be evaluated by a different speaker, would that be okay?
Sure, sure.
All right. So DTM Irfan Farooq, you'll be now evaluating Toastmaster Mason, and Toastmaster Mason will be doing his project, which is actually it's writing a speech with purpose, if I'm correct, right? Yeah. So DTM Irfan, are you okay
Will
with
you
it?
share? Yes,
Yeah.
okay, but please share the evaluation sheet so that I know what purpose has he written there.
Yeah, sure. So Mason, as part of this project, you have to define your purpose before you start speaking, right? So think about that when you are invited onto the stage. And in the meantime, let's move on to Miss Arfa. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum.
My name is Zarfa. I've completed my degree in English literature 2 years ago. And I joined Toastmaster because I'm eager to enhance my communication skills. And my goal is to become more confident. And I believe Toastmaster provides a supportive environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arfa. You have been a Toastmaster for how long?
I have joined first time.
Oh, okay. This is your first time. Okay, I missed it. Okay, welcome, and I hope that you enjoy today's journey with us. We also have a
Thank
very
you.
valuable guest, a member of Zenith Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Qasim Akhtar. Toastmaster Qasim, would you like to introduce yourself? All right. I think Toastmaster Qasim is not available right now. So everyone, now it is time to start the meeting proper, and it is an honor and privilege to welcome a very dear friend, because we go way back to the good old days of 2009, if I'm correct.
Right.
Am I right, Sir?
Yes.
Yeah. So this was a time when we met for the first time at Pakistan State Royal. I was on the way out and Saad was on the way in. And ever since then, we've been
It's,
in connection. Sorry?
it's been a privilege. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then of course we also met. Did we meet at Shell? We did meet at Shell, right? Yeah.
Quite a lot of
As Saad moved from PSO to Shell, I moved a lot of places, ultimately landing at BDO, which brought me back to Shell, and again caused us to meet. And Saad has been a Toastmaster for a long time. The best thing about him is that he renews faithfully, like clockwork. You can count on him to renew. And that's a reminder for everyone that renewal cycle is coming up again. But one bad thing about him is that he has not been that regular. And when he used to be regular, we could see that he is really very unique and diligent speaker. And now let's hope that we get to see more of him.
Inshallah.
So without further ado, let's put our hands together for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sadami.
Thank you very much, DTM Tala, for the very detailed and introduction. So just before I start, DTM Tala, so you will be evaluated by DTM Iram Rizvi, and Toastmaster Mason will be evaluated by
And DTM Irfan Fan.
DTM.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat?
So DTM Talha will be evaluated by yourself, right?
Yes,
And Toastmaster Mesa will be evaluated by DTM Irfan Pak.
correct. Yes. So TTM Talha's speech is the second one. We'll start with Toastmasters Mesam. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very warm welcome to the 1098 meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. As DTM Thala said, it's the meetings have now reached thousands, and I hope we continue much more.
I think he did not, his internet didn't took the pressure of that meeting.
Yeah. Okay, let's wait for about 30 seconds as per the contest rules. And then perhaps. Oh, Saad is back.
Hello.
Hello, DTM Saad. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
No worries.
So let me start again. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very warm welcome to another meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. So let me take this opportunity to extend my best wishes to all of those who are observing fast in this holy month of Ramadan. Now, one of the key benefits of observing fast is that it instills spirituality, which in my view is the actual food of the soul. Now, fellow Toastmasters and guests, the theme of today's meeting is spirituality. Now, while there are many definitions and dimensions to this word, there is one word which best explains spirituality, which is that word self reflection. Now, what is self reflection? Self reflection is going or finding your inner self to understand the purpose of life. Now, consciously, unconsciously, spirituality plays a very important role in our lives. In tough times, it is spirituality that takes us out from the depth of darkness into the light. Now, there is a very famous saying by Buddha, which goes, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. Now, with that, I would like to begin the proceeding of this meeting. DTM Tala, do we have any guests? Do I need to explain how this will work?
I think it's a good idea to briefly explain.
Okay, so let me briefly explain how the meeting will progress. So the meeting is divided into 3 segments. So the first segment is that of the prepared speeches, in which the speakers will come and they will deliver speech on their projects. The second segment is that of table topics. So this will be led by the table topic master, in which the other audiences will get a chance to speak for 1 or 2 minutes. The third and the most important is the evaluation of the speeches. This will be led by the general evaluator, and we will be evaluating both the prepared speeches as well as the table topic speeches. This meeting will be facilitated by certain role facilitators. So let me take a minute to introduce them and I'll ask them to briefly explain their role. So the first one is grammarian and word master, which will be performed by DTM Talha bin Hamid. DTM Talha, if you can briefly explain your role and the word of the day.
Thank you so much. As grammarian, it will be my task to look out for good usage of English and highlight it, and also try to catch errors and suggest corrections. As word master, my job is to assign the word of the day, and today the word of the day is elevation. Elevation means that, just give me a second, I opened up the definition. It has disappeared. Okay, define elevation. So elevation is the action or fact of raising or being raised to a higher or more important level, state, or position. So for example, using it in a sentence, we can say that for many, spirituality is the path to elevation. So elevation can be a physical elevation rising up. It can be a spiritual elevation, but in every respect, it represents an improvement over what you were previously. So that is the definition of elevation, and everyone, it will be divine and very elevating if you use this word today. Over to you, Toastmaster today.
Thank you, DTM Talha. Our second role player is that of timer, and this role will be performed by Toastmaster Rafat. Toastmaster Rafat, if you can briefly explain your role.
As a timer, my job is to time the proceeding. For prepared speeches, time is 5 to 7, or for table topic, time is minimum required time for table topic speeches is 1, and maximum is 2.5 minutes. After completion of 1 minute, I will flap green card. After completion of 2.5 minutes, I will flap orange card, yellow card, and after completion of After completion of 2 minutes, I will flap red card. 30 minutes will more be given to the speaker to conclude the speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafat. Our next facilitator is our counter, and this role is being performed by
We don't have
Arvind.
one, so we can skip that.
And what counter is being done by yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you briefly explain your role, please, as vote counter?
As vote counter, I'll be floating the poll for best speaker, best evaluator, best big four, best facilitator, and best table topic speaker. And you will all be asked to vote. Only the qualified individuals will be eligible for voting. That means that if you exceed your time, you'll not be eligible for vote. As vote counter, I will not be eligible to vote. Only if there's a tie, I will be voting. Over to you.
Thank you. Our next facilitator is that of role of the listener. And for that, I would like to invite TM Heba Rais to please briefly explain the role.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the listener, I would be making note of all the interesting words and phrases spoken by the speaker during the prepared speeches and the table topic session. And at the end of the session, I will be highlighting who spoke what, and the audience will have to guess it. And before I move on to my joke master role, can I take the R counter role as well, DTM Talha?
Yeah, you can. You can take it. No worries.
So as the R counter, I would be making note of all the interesting filler words spoken by the speaker during the prepared speeches and the table topic session. And at the end of the session, I will be highlighting who spoke how many filler words. At the end of the session, I would be highlighting the number of filler words spoken by the speaker. And as for the joke master role, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what kind of bug tells time? What kind of bug tells time?
No idea.
A cockroach. Why are fish so smart? Why are fish so smart? Anyone? Everyone is sleeping.
Because
They have
They
a
live
fishy
in
nature.
school.
they have
Sorry, what?
fins.
No, they live in schools. And did you hear about the Easter egg who went to the salon? Did you hear about the Easter egg who went to the salon? She needed a dye job. And the last one, which vegetables do sailors hate the most? Which vegetables do sailors hate the most? Anyone?
Which
Celery?
vegetable?
Yes, which vegetable do sailors hate the most?
Is that celery?
No, it's leeks. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Heba. As always, it's a pleasure to listen to all that you say and then use our brains. It's very seldom that we get it right, but thank you for juggling our brains. So let's start the first segment of today's meeting, which is prepared speeches. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Mason, and his project will be evaluated by DTM Irfan Faruqi. DTM Irfan Faruqi, if you can briefly explain the project.
The basic purpose of this project is for a speaker to write a speech and deliver it, the speech with a purpose. So the basic design of this project is not how you are delivering it. It is not on your style. It is on the content and the construction of the speech. So I would be focusing on the content of the speech based upon your purpose. So I would first need to know what is your purpose. So as stated that you would be moving the world, the lazy people, what I understand, we have become lazy and probably you would be moving us, you would be emphasizing us to stand up and move on. But I would again request the speaker to explain the purpose so that we evaluate how well has he written the speech based upon his project theme or his statement. Let's have a good time to hear you. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Mason.
Assalamu alaikum. So the purpose of this speech is, since we are all living in a sedentary lifestyle, doing desk jobs and in the corporate sections, it is the purpose is to get us all moving from the sedentary lifestyles, got up from the desk, because sitting is the new smoking. We have to get up. It has the same effects on our bodies that smoking has. Thank you.
All right. Toastmaster Rafat, can you turn on your video, please, for the timing? Toastmaster Rafat, are you there? All right. I think Toastmaster Rafat may be away. So what I'll do is that I'll put up the timing in my window.
I can do
By,
it.
yeah. Uh, Actually, I have this automated timing video. So all I need to do is just to put it in the background. So it will be easier. So Toastmaster Mason, you can just refer to my window for the timing. All right. All right. So you can start.
Assalamu alaikum, fellow Toastmasters. Have you ever felt like you were the last one picked for the team, perpetually lagging behind like a sloth in a race of cheetahs? Well, welcome to my world. I was the last guy. Everywhere. Last guy on the hikes, the one huffing and puffing, while my friends speeded ahead like gazelles. And let's not even talk about the race of life. I felt like I was stuck in the slow lane while everyone else was zooming by in the fast lane. But then life decided to throw a curveball in my way in the form of gout. Yeah, you heard it right. Gout. It's like my body decided to stage a protest and shout, "Hey, buddy, time for a serious health intervention." I was just 21 and had gout, so it got so bad that I was hunching due to pain. But I got a temporary fix with medicine, and 5 years later, I decided to get a fix without the medicine. So just 8 months ago, I dragged my sorry self to the gym, and guess what? I haven't looked back, haven't missed it a single day ever since. And every day I've been walking, pumping iron like my life depends on it. And which, let's face it, it kind of does in my case because of the gout, sweating buckets like there's no tomorrow. And you know what? It's working. I'm feeling better, stronger, more alive, more energized than ever before. And most importantly, there has been no gout, no episodes of pain, and without any medicine. I haven't had any medicine for a long time, and no pain as well. So, but even with all these gym shenanigans, I realized something was missing. My beloved bike. The memories of carefree teenage days spent cruising on two wheels. In my teenage, I had always been a biker, and somewhere between life, it got missed. So I dusted off my old bike, oiled the chain, pumped the air into the tires, and decided to reignite my passion. And what better way to do it with a duathlon? A month ago, I just decided to take part in a duathlon, and it is happening in this October. Which duathlon is a dual race, and it starts with a 10 kilometer run, then a 20-kilometer bike ride, and finish off with another 5 kilometer run. My goal is just to finish it, if not win it, hopefully. Uh, That itself is a win for me. Sounds easy, right? But I've already nailed the 10-kilometer mark on my bike, and that only happened just the other day because about 10 to 12 dogs started chasing and barking me, and I had to run for my life, and that ended up improving my stamina, improving my endurance, and I hit the 10-kilometer mark on my bike. It's been a wild ride, literally. Along this sweaty, sometimes tear-inducing journey, I've stumbled upon some discoveries, unexpected discoveries, for me at least, like the fact that transformation, whether it's fitness or professional, any transformation, isn't just about muscles or learning the skill. It's about showing up day after day, refusing to give up. And who knew consistency could be so darn powerful? So, amidst all the laughter, all the sweat, and the tears from the hard training, there's a deeper message. The deeper message from the speech, a purpose to my pedaling, if you will. It's about more than just personal fitness. It's about challenging the status quo. Too often, all of us, most of us, find ourselves trapped in a cycle of sedentary living, chained to our desks and screens, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have the power to rewrite our stories, reclaim our health and happiness. So let's lace up our shoes, hop on our bikes, jump into the swimming pool, whatever you like, and take that first step towards a brighter, healthier future. Together, we can break the chains of inactivity and embrace the joy of movement. So, as I pedal my way towards the duathlon, I invite you all to hop on board this crazy train with me, and let's just swap the Netflix binges for bike rides, for a long walk in the park, the potato chips with protein shakes or a vegetable, and most importantly, the excuses for action. Together, we'll pedal, sweat, walk, or swim, and laugh our way to a healthier, happier lives, one mistake at a time. As I conclude, I just want give you the two messages from this speech. One is consistency, and the other is movement. Get moving, get up from your table. For every hour you spend on the table sitting, you should spend 10 minutes moving. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mason. So as you said, physical and mental well-being actually helps improve your spirituality as well. Yeah. And then first it comes physical, and then it has an impact on your mental capacity as well. So thank you very much for the great speech. Our second speech will be delivered by DTM Talha bin Hamid, and DTM Talha bin Hamid's speech will be evaluated by DTM Iram Rizvi. DTM Iram, if you can please explain the objectives.
Yes, sure. So my speaker today, DTM Talha bin Hamid, is going to do the project which is called Persuasive Speaking. The purpose of this project is for the member to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. Now, it's going to be timed at 5 to 7 minutes. However, DTM Talha is the timer. So do we have the timer on board?
Actually, we have time.
I can do the timing.
Great. So Toastmaster Imran Rana, it's 5 to 7 minutes. So DTM Talha's topic is just walk away. Toastmaster
Yes.
Saad, I can announce and give it to him?
Yes, please.
I'll do
So
it.
over to
Thank
you,
you.
DTM Talha.
DTM Talha bin Hamid, just walk away. Just walk away, DTM Talha bin Hamid.
Okay, first, am I audible and visible? All right. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we always have that one person in our lives, at work, at home, in our extended family, or in our group of friends. Whenever we meet that person and read that person and listen to that person. You only have one person afterwards. Why on earth don't you recognize that person? That one toxic person who just manages to bring everything down. Yet somehow you're so addicted to that doom and gloom that you end up meeting them and talking to them again and again and then regretting it like there was no tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes these people are the people that are often the closest to us. And sometimes such people are not toxic all the time, but only in certain situations. And it takes one years and years, in fact, decades to realize. I have a very small group of friends. And these friends date back to the ancient days of early 2000s. Just a small group of 3 people that I used to hang out with. And by hanging out, I meant calling each other up, maybe getting together for a cup of tea and going out to dinner once every month or so. For years, I was the one who used to organize these gatherings. I used to put the messages. Before WhatsApp, we used to communicate like cavemen with SMS or phone calls. But then WhatsApp came. And with WhatsApp, a few years later, WhatsApp groups, the greatest blessings and the curse ever in the history of mankind. Our WhatsApp group was formed, and it was primarily used to coordinate gatherings. And one hates to admit it, but the process becomes very easy with a WhatsApp group. You just drop in a proposal and you get instant yes or no availability. And this is how it usually goes. You drop a message and then you propose a place and day to meet, and everyone agrees. And 1 hour before the proposed meeting day and time, the regrets start pouring in. Oh, I have to go somewhere with my family. Oh, I'm stuck here. Oh, I totally forgot about it. How come you forgot about it? You were supposed to remember. That's why it was planned in the first place. But anyhow, after 2 or 3 attempts, a gathering is organized. And here I am, sitting with my friends, having dinner. And when the gathering ended, for some reason, I always felt sad and miserable about my life. It took me the longest time to realize why did that happen. But once I did, I had an epiphany. And that epiphany is that some people befriend you only because they want to insult you. Yes, it's a tough one, everyone. It can be heartbreaking to realize. And then there's a second realization that some people are different when they're alone with you and completely different when they're in a gathering with you. You barely recognize that person. I started to realize that compared to that group of friends, I was kind of nerdy, had very different interests, very different inclinations. I had an appreciation for things that were very different from what my other friends were doing. In fact, they didn't even touch that. Talk about reading, watching movies, or indulging in technology. And all 3 friends were completely blank. In fact, there was not even 1% of what I did that I could really share with them. And when I did share with them, guess what happened? I became the butt of jokes. Everybody laughed. And I fooled myself into thinking, oh, having such a good time with friends. Because what else defines a good time other than laughing with them? But no, I was not laughing with them. I was getting laughed at. I was just pretending to go with the flow, to be part of that gathering because there was no option to walk away. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm sure there's at least one person, if not more, in your life that always brings you down. You look up to them, you actually love them. But when they talk to you, they talk down to you. They ridicule whatever you do. They question your life choices. They question your lifestyle. They question everything that you do. And in fact, if you want to share something that you achieved, something that you created, that you made, they say, you seem to have too much time on your hands. Or do they pay for it? Or how much are you earning? Where are you working these days? We all have those people, right? We fool ourselves into thinking that they are our friends, and maybe they are. But they're also bullies. Bullying does not just take place in school grounds. It takes place all over in life. That one friend, that one relative that have a sense of superiority, and it comes out even when they don't know it. So, ladies and gentlemen, what did I do about those gatherings that always depressed me? I simply walked away. I stopped planning them. And when I stopped planning them, their frequency reduced from 12 a year to hardly once a year. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't be happier about it. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, DTM Talha. So as you said in your speech, so at times people might intentionally or unintentionally, their words can become toxic. Yeah. And if some people don't walk away, at least they have spirituality to help them cope up with this. Yeah. And then definitely we should, explore our inner self, just distance ourselves, might not fully walk away, but distance, think internally, and then maybe deal with it. So thank you very much, DTM Talha, for that wonderful speech. This brings us to the end of the first segment of prepared speeches. Do we do the votings right now or?
Yes. Toastmaster Imran, can you report my timing? I know Toastmaster Mesum is qualified.
7 minutes and 21 seconds. You are also qualified.
All right. Thank you. So I'm floating the poll right now, everyone. Please vote. And over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. So let's start with the second segment, which is that of table topics. And I would like to again invite DTM Talha bin Hamid to lead the session of table topic as the table topic master. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Salameen. Today, our topic is spirituality. And no matter where you are on the planet, no matter which religion you belong to, no matter which school of thought you belong to, no matter who you or what you believe in or do not believe in, there is always some spirituality to your life, some aspiration. Think about it. If you aspire to something, if you aspire to become a better version of yourself, why do you do that? That is your sense of spirituality, your spiritual nourishment. And today, our table topics will center around spirituality as well. So let's start with someone I'm very happy to see back, distinguished Toastmaster Amir Bilal.
Hello.
Hello, Toastmaster Amir. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, I'm perfectly right.
All right. So DTM Amir, your topic is the most spiritual experience of my life. And word of the day is elevation.
Fellow Toastmasters, life is meant to be spent, and I have spent enough part of it. But there's only one thing that kept me going, is the spirituality within. I've always been around people who have guided me, especially in my family. My father, who happened to be a role model. And there was one thing which was absolutely consistent around us, is the concept of connecting with the value that is required to live a life. And I've always been following that passion to find that value, coming back towards the best spiritual experience of my life. I remember the days of my childhood. And during that phase of life, I was experiencing something, and maybe I was going towards a different way and where I was not supposed to go. And my dad shared one thing, and that was extremely emotional to me. And he said, whatever you do in your life, think about one thing, the kind of impact it is going to have on you, and the kind of impact that you are willing to deliver. So you're talking to someone, talk with empathy, talk with love, connect with hurts, not with emotions. Listen to people, understand them, and then give them the respect that they really, really deserve. Over to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Amir Bilal. Yes, of course, spirituality is seldom an experience, but it's a whole journey. Which brings me to my next table topic speaker, and that would be, okay, we have a few guests. Guest Arfa, would you like to speak? You have to speak for a minimum of 1 minute on the topic given. Would you like to speak? Okay, we have a guest, Fazal Rahman. Fazal Rahman Saab, are you there? All right. Guest, Rabia Ali. Okay, it makes me question, am I really audible?
Unfortunately,
Okay.
you are.
The laughter confirms that I am. So, guess Arfa, okay, you can, guess Arfa, I believe you cannot speak. Guess Rabia, can you speak? Right.
Well,
I
I would like to speak, but there's an internet connection issue at my end.
Okay, you can just speak. You can just speak without without turning on your video. Is that okay? Because we can hear
So
you.
it may lag.
Let us
It's all
all
right.
switch off for her speech.
Okay, can you repeat the topic, please?
Yeah. DTM Madam, you were saying something?
I'm saying let us all switch off our videos for her.
No, I don't think that will
And would
help. I don't know. I don't know if that works or not. But okay. So guess Rabia, your topic. Yeah. Am I audible to you?
Yes.
All right. Your topic is the world is a spiritual place. The world is a spiritual place.
Okay. Okay. The topic, the world is a spiritual place. In the beginning of my life, like when I was in that thought that world is really a spiritual place. Being the effect of the people, nature, and behavior, and their toxic behavior changed my perception that world is a dangerous place. It's not a spiritual place. In fact, it's a dangerous place where we are all vulnerable to the nature. But with time, connecting with the nature, I started going to the mountain. Found that world is being played. Keep myself with empathetic words, with empathetic working on us, this world a better place to live. I believe the world is a place for people. We are a toxic place or maybe a vulnerable place for others.
All right. Thank you so much, guest Rabia.
And
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we had a hard time hearing most of what you said, but what we did hear, you sounded wonderful, eloquent, and you had a very good flow and very good thought. So we'd love to have you again. Thank you so much. All right. I did not want to do this, but I have to now inevitably go to, oh yeah, of course, I was coming to you, DTM Irfan. So, of course. So, DTM Irfan, sir, your topic is spirituality versus materiality. Spirituality versus materiality. Word of the day is elevation. For God's sake, use it so that I can report it.
The word spirituality comes from the word spirit. And what is a spirit? If we look at the Quran, it says, يَسَأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ قَالُوا مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. So Quran does not explain what the spirit is, how we can explain what spirituality is. I was brought up in an environment which was materialistic environment. I never believed in spirituality. I never believed those babas are something we read about in stories. But you know what happened? I came across a few babas in my life. Let me share one event. We visited somebody. He was very strong person, very strict person. No funds were taken there. You could not give any money there. So he used to write those things for spirituality purposes, but people would go there. It was a Piri Muridi part also. People go there, and one day over there was a mahfil, and in that mahfil there was a kawali. And in kawali, what Babaji used to do is that they give a circle to a person, and then he started moving in that circle. I said, I would like to do it again. Rather, my son proposed me. And then Babaji gave that circle to me. You know what? I was out of this world. I did not know where I am. And I felt elevated going up. And in that, I saw lights. And then I fell down. And then they stood me up. They made me stand up, pat on my back, on my heart. I woke up. And Babaji laughed and said, oh, so you saw the lights. I am more materialistic still. I don't know what that experience was. I couldn't dare to do it again. I don't know what is materiality, what is spirituality. TMOD.
Thank you so much, DT Irfan. A very interesting tale, and you're right that when one has such an experience, it takes maybe years or entire lifetime to interpret it. So thank you so much for sharing that elevating experience with us. And who would like to volunteer for the next table topic? Right, how about Toastmaster Imran Rana? I know you're the evaluator, but I have no choice. Okay. Toastmaster Imran, your topic is my greatest spiritual connection. My greatest spiritual connection, word of the day is elevation.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for such a wonderful topic. My greatest spiritual connection. It's quite difficult to talk about this because sometimes you are connected with different people, but it's difficult to distinguish or identify which one is the greatest. I think if I have to choose, one of my greatest spiritual connection was when I went to perform Hajj with my family, with my mother, my sister, and my elder brother. You know, when you go there and when you heard things about that, when you go there, all your prayers will be accepted in a twinkle of an eye. And and I honestly saw that because I remember when we performed Umrah for the first time, I lost my mother and sister and my brother in the first round, and we met at after completing the Sa'i of Safa and Marwa. So, and throughout my that Umrah, I was praying that somehow I will find them or they will find me. And exactly it happened. When I completed my last round of Safa and Marwa, my sister caught my hand and she pulled me from that what do we call group of people, and I saw and at that moment I really felt that that was the greatest connection, and that is the place where it's a totally different place. Means when you went there and you will experience these whole things and you really enjoyed it and you really feel that you are very well connected. So over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much. And certainly a very inspiring story. I bet that it's true for maybe 90% of the people when we go either for Hajj or Umrah. There is this instance where you lose someone just like that, no matter how hard you try, and then you regain them. So I believe that is, as you said yourself, one of the great spiritual experiences that we can have. Okay, who would like to volunteer for the last table topic? All right, we have Toastmaster Saad, me. All right, Toastmaster Saad, your topic is the evil spirit in my life. The evil spirit in my life. Word of the day is elevation.
Thank you, DT Intala. So evil spirits in my life. So I'll take some inspiration from your own speech, DT Intala. So I think so what happens is that you have your own personal life, then you have a life in the office, then you have life with your friends, with your family. But every now and then you encounter some people who at times say something to you. Or if they don't say something, they act in a way that makes you feel if you are valued, if you're undervalued, you have no value. And you don't want them to be evil, but then suddenly in your mind, they become that person. Yeah. For me, it happens more so in the office surroundings rather than in my personal life, because I tend to keep a very focused friend circle. I don't have many, but when you're in that office environment, you come across such people. And the way that I counter those people is that I walk away. I just sit quietly for 5-10 minutes and just think that there is a greater meaning to life than to take what people say and take it to heart and let them dictate the way you do things. And I would also encourage everyone else to don't take personal. So people will say, but do things that you think are right and try to ignore or negate the negativity in your life. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saad. And could agree more with you with respect to the evil spirits. Sometimes the answer is just to walk away because you cannot set everything right in your life. Okay, our last speaker for today will be Toastmaster Azhar. Toastmaster Azhar, yes, there you are. All right. Toastmaster Azhar, your topic is The Day I Found My Spirit. The day I found my spirit, word of the day is elevation.
Thank you, Table Topic Masters. I have never found my spirit, at least the way we define the spirit or spirituality in its popular context or in its popular terminology. But I do believe something closer to this terminology. I would like to refer your speech. I'm not your evaluator, but I have 2 points to raise. Number one, I have objections over your conclusion. You only put forward one thing, that we only just walk away from the environment. Sometimes you can't walk away both literally and figuratively because of that built environment where the toxic person lives. Now, secondly, you said that, well, what if the person himself or herself is toxic? How can to remove the toxicity from yourself? Now, I have never been spiritual, but I need spirituality in this context to address those issues. Does spirituality help me that if I put something in an elevated place and then that elevation caused blood pressure for me every day from that person, which is toxin? And then how I can take help from the spirituality or from my spirit or from some booth or from some outside power to neutralize that toxic person? This is an issue for me. The second issue, what if somehow I am the one who is the toxic person and people are walking away from me? How to recognize that? If some day I found that spirit, what you mentioned, I would like to mention, I would like to address both issues in my life. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asghar. I would just say one thing. You don't need to find the spirit to judge whether you are the toxic person or not. You simply have to monitor that how people associate with you, for how long they associate with you, how eagerly they associate with you, and whether they like to be in your presence or not. And you'll get the answer. So thank you so much. That brings our table topic to an end. All the speakers were qualified, but I'd like to just go over the list once more and correct me if I'm missing someone. Toastmaster Amir Bilal, guest Rabia, DTM Irfan, Toastmaster Imran Rana, and just a second.
Don't you think I took much time than
No, actually, yeah, I actually started the counter before you started speaking. So I built that into. So what I'm doing now is that since people mostly tend to vote for themselves, I'm allowing for multiple votes. So when you receive the poll, of course you will vote for yourself, but in addition, you can vote for one more person whose speech you liked. And I think that will allow us to reach a good bit of consensus about who was the best speaker, besides you, of course. So I'm just floating the poll, everyone. Please vote. And I'm launching it, but please, there is some bug. I don't know what it is. So everybody, please tell me what you see. Do you see multiple entries for DTM Irfan Farooqi?
Yes, 3.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. I'll create a.
On my multiple. Yeah, on my screen, my name appeared only once.
That's weird. Anyhow, I'm reconstructing the poll, everyone. In the meantime, let's hand over the charge to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Saab.
So in multiple, I just wanted to ask, in multiple names, are we restricted for 2 names, or we can click every name?
I will certainly not encourage that, because that will be kind of counterproductive. So please
Let's restrict it to 2. Let's restrict it to 2.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, DTM Talha, for the great table topic sessions. Which leads us to the last segment of this meeting, which is the journal evaluation. And this session will be led by Toastmaster Muhammad Asghar. Toastmaster, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I'm Toastmaster Asghar, and I will be your journal evaluator. You are in the first part of third segment that we call journal evaluation. And let me find out the list of the speaker. Oh, yes. Evaluation is the heart of experimental learning. We all know this, which is what distinguished Toastmaster from other organizations who are doing similar things regarding communication and leadership. Constructively evaluating a fellow member is a skill that we all learn through participation. We work together to bring out the best in each other. And in this session, we are going to evaluate our prepared speaker, and then we'll go and evaluate the table topic speeches. But I would like to start from the prepared speeches. Our first speaker was TM Mesom. TM Mesom will be evaluated by DTM Eram Rizvi. She's there. Eram, the stage is yours to evaluate. DTM Farooq.
It was changed. It is changed.
Yeah.
There's always a problem between de facto and de jure.
It's an evil plot. It's an evil plot against you. So,
oh, yes. DTM Irfan Faruqi, welcome to the show, and I would like to request you to please evaluate our prepared speaker.
Okay, before Toast DTM Irfan Faruqi starts his evaluation, just wanted to ask one question from Toastmaster husband. What's the difference between DTM Talha and your mother-in-law?
We are secretly the same person.
Okay, DTM, I would like to offer no comments, so the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster Mesam Heather. It is highly encouraging that you are interested in delivering your speeches, and that's how you tried to come up to another club so that you can complete your path of speeches. And that is something that shows your real interest in learning through speaking. So today, when you talked about something that we are habitual, we have become habitual in particularly those of us who are in corporate world by sitting on a table for most of the time and not standing up, and as a result of it, we are becoming lazy and we are becoming habitual of keeping on sitting. So first of all, I would say that the best part of your speech was the vocabulary of the words that you used. So many words, so many uncommon English words that you used in your speech. And honestly speaking, I didn't even have time to open the Google dictionary to see what those words meant. So it is something really good. And if it is a part of your speaking, then I strongly appreciate that you have a very good vocabulary of the language. And something that was very interesting when you said lace the shoe and hop the bike. Yes, that's something very good. Every morning, nearly every morning, this is exactly what I tell myself. I should lace up my shoe and hop up to the bike or walk. And when I tell it to myself, my big tummy says, "Whom you're talking like that?" And then I follow my tummy and I don't follow my legs, and I say, "Oh, we'll do it again." And that's how we are always doing. So thank you very much for delivering a good speech. And I would say that your total speech was highly focused on what you were saying. The way you delivered it, you added humor into it, that when dogs followed, when you first time went onto the road, excellent way of presenting, that you add some humor into your talk. You were very focused on physical exercises. Your voice changed at many places. For instance, when you were talking about grout, your tone was full of sorrows. When you're talking about those dogs, you was full of happiness. However, I would like to add a few things that can add value into your speech. Number one, I would say, although it was focused on content, but it is always good to deliver a speech in the standing position. You might have seen and the other speaker, Toastmaster Talha, he is also online, but he took a position and stood up. So whenever you are delivering, I would propose stand up so that we can see your gesture. You were more focused on your own experience, but was lacking a little motivation for us to do that. You had time, you finished early, so add more into it. Add more suggestions into it. Overall, an excellent speech. Just a 2-3 things, your speech will be excellent. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Irfan Faruqi. And our second and last speaker was DTM Talha bin Ahmed. And DTM Talha bin Ahmed, oh my God, we are about entering into the turbulent water of it is Eram Rizvi, yes. Okay, so Eram, you are kindly requested to elevate the speech, just walk away.
Just give me 10-15 seconds. She has hurt her feet. I just need 10-15.
Okay,
Yeah, sure.
okay. And meanwhile, is it a deliberate attempt to hand over the evaluation of DTM Tala to the Eram Rizvi, or merely an incident?
What?
was a perfectly innocent incident.
Can you take
Okay,
go for
and
it?
that's good.
Why would you think otherwise?
Huh? Because I'm interested in the in evaluation of just this walk away thing. Yeah. It's very much relatable. So, okay, come to the
Something else apart from motorway.
okay. So the Aram Rizvi stage is yours now.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Why on earth? Why on earth? I love this part about my speaker today, DTM Talha bin Hamid, that when he brought up this statement, I already was on a backwagon of understanding that, you know, there are people going to come up or something is going to come up that's going to make me connect on why on earth and elevate me from the part from just walk away. So thank you so much, DTM Talha bin Hamid. Number one, I congratulate you for doing a speech where you have hit your purpose. You did a persuasive speech. I like the way that you brought in a topic which really connected with everyone. And what I could take it out as a summary out of your speech was that either we were recognizing a toxic person or we were realizing. So it's not always that you would be victim, right? There's a very high chance that you might be toxic to someone, some people in your life, and we change in our lives. So we are not the same person to many people when we're alone, and we're not the same person to many people when we're in a gathering. Probably alone, I would pick up my phone and just scroll around. Whereas in gathering, I might be very friendly with the same person because there are other people watching me. So thank you so much, DTM Talha. It was really persuasive. I really loved the fact that something which was so much in back of our mind, you brought it up in words and elevated in such a way that I could feel, and now I have words related to that topic, and I could use it as a discussion in my family or in friends. So what I really loved about your speech was that you had very clear vocal variety, so vocal clarity, and you are one of those people whom when I'm evaluating or when I see your speeches, I don't really need to talk about vocal variety, because what you do is you don't change your voices. You know, not everybody can change their voices. DTM Talha is one of those examples in this district. What they do is they either elevate it or they lower it. So he either goes higher or lower when he wants to put up a point or talking about someone else. I like the part that where it was really required to bring an emphasis of eye contact, he came closer to the screen. So he took a step back a couple of moments ago, and then he came closer to put up an impact. This shows a good eye contact, that you know how you would feel when you're actually in a room while someone is delivering a speech. These are the two things I really love. And because he is an elevated speaker, I would give him two feedbacks. One is that I was waiting for some audience engagement, probably the point where you talked about, you know, you could say that, are you that toxic person? You know, somewhere where I wanted you to ask us a question, what would you do at that time? And then say, probably walk away, just walk away. So take a moment of just questioning me. I was waiting for that. And number two is that I would have looked for a very specific incident so I can walk through, you know, creating WhatsApp group, and there was Imran over there and Wisam over there, and Imran didn't show up in the last minute, something of that sort till the end, and how you felt being an introvert in that room. So all in all, I really love your vocal variety, clarity, and your eye contact. If I could look a bit more on the audience and story, that would have really elevated it further. Thank you very much. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM. Thank you, DTM Aram Rizvi, for this elevated evaluation. Great. I'm grateful. And especially when you says that it is something, it was back of our mind, but somehow, at least speaking personally, I could not articulate it in front of me and understand it. And thank you, Tala, to bring it in front of us to be understood what the topic is and how to deal with it. But I'm not going to walk away, it's a promise. Um, uh, uh, the only one thing when Adam Rizvi says that I have a, you know, Toastmaster Asghar as an objection, when she says that it is connected with everyone, it is unrelated, at least to me personally.
So you are the toxic.
Now draw your conclusion. Now draw your conclusion. Okay. With this, anyway, thank you. Thank you for this knowledgeable and thought-provoking evolution of a wonderful speech. And with this, I would like, no, we have a table topic session and we also have a table topic evaluator. And today, our evaluator is Imran Rana. Imran Rana, kindly, you are there on the stage. So please, stage is yours for evaluating the table topic speeches.
Okay, please confirm that I'm audible.
Yes, you.
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much, DTM Talha, for such a wonderful table topic session. And since it's Ramadan and you chose the best topic for today's meeting, and the mostly topics were about spirituality, spiritual connection, and those were all beautiful and it helped the speaker to speak about it. So the first speaker was DTM Amir Bilal, the most spiritual moment of my life. As always, calm and composed and pleasing style of communication. I loved the pauses, the way you brought them in each word, and each word was crystal clear. You spoke very well on the topic and shared the personal story, and we were all in. The only suggestion I would like to suggest you, look who's talking, that it would be more effective if the speech was delivered in a standing gesture, although I was delivering the speech with my comfort zone. Then we had guest Rabia. The word is a spiritual place. You repeated the topic and got some time to think about the topic. That's quite good tactic to think about the topic. Then I love the statement. It's not a spiritual place, but a dangerous place. That was quite amazing, and I really loved it. You the way you were speaking, it felt it was quite confident. You are a confident speaker, and you had a good command over language. I couldn't say anything about the gesture because the video was turned off throughout the speech. Maybe you could have turned on this video. Plus, the internet connection was a little bad towards your side. Sometimes there were glitches in your voice. So overall, wonderful speech. Please keep coming, and we would suggest you to become the member as well. Then we had DTM Irfan Faruqi, spirituality versus materiality. You started so well and gave the references from Quran. You took the challenge and delivered the whole speech with standing gesture. You uses the word quite well, and your hand gestures were perfectly aligned. Your picture quality was quite amazing. I would like to know which camera you are using. I love the whole speech, the way you delivered it. The only area of improvement was you may add some more vocal variety. Plus, maybe stand a little closer to the camera. Overall, the whole speech was delivered with confidence, and you had some amazing vocabulary as well. The Toastmaster Saab Amin, the evil spirit in my life. Table topics session is all about the presence of mind, and you used it quite well. The way you took the reference from Talha's speech, you brought the personal story. What I love about your speech that you spoke so well, so composed and calm. The whole speech was in a low tone. Maybe raise your voice a little bit more. Again, the hand gestures were perfectly aligned, and you used the word of the day. The only area of suggestion is to maybe deliver the speech with standing gesture. Or one more thing, you can convert this 2 minute speech into a 5 to 7 minute speech. You just got a very good idea about the speech as well. Then we had Toastmaster Asghar. Whenever Toastmaster Asghar delivered the speech, the best part of Toastmaster Asgar's speech is he always come up with a crisp humor, and I really loved that. Uh, you were quite confident. Uh, your hand gestures were perfectly aligned, and the best part of your speech is you always have a great source of vocabulary. So the only area of suggestion is that maybe the speech could be delivered with a standing position. And I really loved the statement. Good point raised. What if I am that toxic person? That was quite great. And one more thing that you uses some of the references from DTM Talha's speech, and that's the best way to deliver a table topic speech. Overall, a wonderful table topic speech session. All the speakers spoke quite well, and I would request Toastmaster Asgar, when he is giving his evaluation, please evaluate my speech as well. Over to you, Toastmaster Asgar.
Thank you. Thank you for your oral session, especially praising me and rejecting the contention raised by DTM Eram Rizvi earlier. Thank you very much, being a lone supporter. Now, with this, I would like to end the first subsession of the third session, which is evaluation of the speeches. Now, I would like to come to the report of role holders, and I would like to request grammarian and word of the day who are holding the responsibility of grammarian and word of the day. I think DTM Tala. DTM Tala, are you the one? Okay, so the stage is yours.
All right. Thank you so much. So it will be a short report because couldn't detect too many grammatical errors as much as I like hate to admit it. But anyhow, first the good usage. Right off the bat, our Toastmaster of the day started very strongly by saying instills spirituality. A very good phrase. Then Toastmaster Mason's speech was a rich tapestry of creative and very passionate word usage, huffing and puffing, walking as if my life depended on it, shenanigans, my beloved bike, and my favorite sentence of the day, it is about showing up day after day. So beautifully done. Consistency could be so darn powerful. Let's swap the Netflix binges for a bike ride. There's only one thing that kept me going. And then we move on to I believe, the table topics. There's only one thing that kept me going, my spirituality. Absolutely consistent. We are vulnerable to nature. Then there were a few errors or maybe improvement areas that I noticed. One table topic speaker used the phrase Piri Puridi. I would have loved to suggest an English substitute for that, but unfortunately, I don't know. But as grammarian, it is my job to suggest, right? Not to come up with words. So I would go ahead and suggest that please, you could have used an English substitution for that, or at least defined it. Uh, Someone said, I didn't know where I am. It should have been where I was. Experimental learning, I believe it was a slip of the tongue. It should have been experiential learning. And someone used presence of mind. Now we use that phrase all too often in context of table topics, and there's nothing wrong with it. But there could be alternate, for example, improvisation or thinking on our feet. So that's also part of vocabulary where you try to come up with different words for the same thing. Uh, so yeah, that is pretty much it. And the word as wordmaster, DTM Irfan used it. Toastmaster Asghar used it 3 times, and DTM Iram used it 4 times. Apologies if I missed anyone. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Tala, for your detailed and comprehensive report. Now it's time for the R counter, if there is any. Do we have a R counter today? Okay, so over to you, R counter.
Toastmaster Heba.
Okay, Toastmaster Heba, you are R counter and listener. Over to you for the both roles.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the R counter in the prepared speech session, there were 2 speakers and no one had any filler word. TM Misam, none. and DTM Talha none. In the table topic session, there were 5 speakers, and only TM Imran Rana had 3 R's and 1 and that's about it.
Heba, you also have a listener role. Can you please come
Okay.
up with your role as a listener?
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. Who spoke Babaji?
Irfan Faruqi.
Yes. Go with the flow. Yes. Lace up our shoes.
Nisam.
Yes.
Uh,
Words can become toxic.
No, Talha.
No. Words can become toxic. TM Imran, you're saying DTM Talha?
Yes.
No. It's someone else.
Asghar.
TM Saad.
Okay.
Okay. Butt of joke.
Toastmaster Talha.
Yes. Toastmaster Talha. Sweating buckets.
Mason. Mason.
Yes. TM Mason. Epiphany.
Talha.
Talha.
Yes. Biothon. Someone spoke Biothon.
Nisam.
Yes. And then the last word, huffing and puffing.
Nisam and Talha.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes. That's about it for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Eba, for your role. And now I think we are towards the end of the session. I don't think we have any role holder. Raise your hand, intervene if I'm not calling someone. Okay, so then I'm using my own power to going ahead. As a journal evaluator, I would like to put merely some words, and I think it starts from the good one. I think in Ramzan at 11 a.m. is an ideal time, despite the fact I failed to reach on time. But please keep this timing. Secondly, less speakers always means more table topic. This is the second best thing I always like in Toastmaster, despite the fact that I always want to drag myself in the list of the prepared speaker. The third, more than 15 member is a crowd for me, and thanks God we are around 15, and it's good to hear each other with the peace of mind and comprehensively so that we can exchange our ideas and relate each other's what they are saying. I can see some similar faces. Why DTM Talha bin Ahmed, if DTM Iram Rizvi is a member of this club, why she is not attending this club regularly? We want to learn from DTMs, despite the fact I'm still a potential DTM. Thirdly, the two speakers were heard, and thank you very much for the topics, especially DTM Tala. Thank you for the speech. It was well thought out, well prepared, and we have many takeaway from today's speech. With this, I would like to end my session as journal evaluator and would like to call Toastmaster of the day to take the charge from me. And thank you very much for bearing me in front of you for those few words. Over to you.
Thank you very much, journal evaluator. DTM Tala, now is that the voting or should I conclude?
You just conclude and then ask for votes and hand over to the presiding officer.
Okay, thank you. No, so a great session, and I think very well evaluated by the journal evaluator. I think in terms of the theme of the day, spirituality might be a tough concept, might be different for different people. Some might take it from a religious point of view, some might take it from a personal point of view. But what I would encourage is be spiritual. Yeah. Get to know yourself, and that will definitely help you both physically and mentally. Um, do research on it. Go on the website. Recently, there have been many researches on this topic. It's it's becoming a very hot topic these days. It's going to be introduced into certain corporate cultures as well. So I would definitely would encourage you to um, go out, go on the internet, research on it, listen to different people and their versions of spirituality. With that, I'll hand over to the presiding officer.
Thank you so much. I'll shortly be floating the poll for Best Big Four. Right now, please vote for the best facilitator. And before moving further, would love to take some feedback from our guest. And first and foremost, yeah, of course, I agree with DTM Miram. He should win the words and phrases of the day, Toastmaster Mason Heather. Thank you so much for your eloquence today. We were taken aback in a very good way by your speech. Please share your thoughts about the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Talha. It felt really good delivering a speech other than my own club. This is the first time I deliver a speech in any other club. I just wanted to deliver my third speech in my own club. That's another reason for joining another club before our own meeting on Tuesday. And with all your experiences, with all of your speeches, I feel elevated in my learning as well. And thank you.
Thank you so much. We would absolutely love for you to come back to this club to deliver any speeches. And feel free to invite any other members from Contour. They are more than welcome. KTC is open to basically all Toastmasters clubs. So lovely to have you. And thank you for sharing not only your wonderful vocabulary and expression, but also the content of your speech, which was a wake-up call for many of us. Thank you so much for that. We have, all right, interesting. We have Benazir Mayman. She joined pretty late, but perhaps she'd like to share her thoughts about the meeting. Oh, okay. Is she not available? Okay, no worries. We'd certainly like Toastmaster or DTM, Amir Bilal, to share his thoughts about the meeting. Please go ahead. And everyone, please vote for the Big Four. We need votes. DTM
Assalamu alaikum.
Amir, yeah.
I just need 30 seconds to get back to my office.
All right. No worries there. Let's hear from DTM Miram, who has formally participated as a member, I believe, for the first time. And last time she was in KTC, that was 4 years ago in the society suite of the BNH and not online. So please share your thoughts.
Yes, thank you so much. It was amazing. And I feel very bad that I have not been part of this club for a very long time, even though there were a lot of options, hybrid, online. But somehow I remember the first statement I spoke about KTC that they have kept it on a day which clashes with another club, so I could not come. So now it doesn't clash with another club because I'm not part of that club anymore, but still I can't come. But I hope it remains hybrid. I hope as much as I could get the opportunity, I'll join in. And because it was weekend, so it was very much possible. I love the energy. I know we are very less in quantity, but I love the quality today, and especially Toastmaster Mason. You just elevated the whole bar much high. And DTM Talha, you brought something which I promise I'm going to have a discussion at my home today for self-reflection on that topic. So thank you so much. It wasn't something easy, but as I'm saying that, I mean it when I say that it is on our minds, but we usually don't have words. People like you help us to have those deep conversations at home with your speeches. So thank you so much for sharing, both of you. So, and over to you, DTM Talha.
Thank you so much. And that is one of the underrated attributes of Toastmasters, that it brings things out of you that you never thought you would be sharing with people. And that gets truer and truer once you spend more and more time with Toastmasters. One starts with kind of motivational speeches, which are largely inspired from other people and other experiences. And then we really start to dig down and in our personal lives and personal thoughts and feelings uh, for more and more topics. And once we start doing that, we find that there are so many treasures hidden well within us, or even not necessarily treasures, but black holes that we would like to, and it's such a relief to air all of them. So, all right. How about Toastmaster Saad? You're back with KTC after such a long time. Would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. So I think it's very important that we, it's so me not attending KTC meetings is actually a loss for myself. So you might say, okay, it's a loss for the club as well. But personally, when you come, you speak, you listen to people, you get to learn a lot. You might improve as a speaker, but you might also improve as a listener and as a person as well. So it's always when I attend, I do take away quite a lot. I learn a lot, and I think you have to take a conscious effort to attend the meetings. It might conflict, but then every week it can't be a conflict, right? So take that effort, attend it, and I think consistency will definitely help you improve. So.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saad. Let me just say that, whenever you are part of a meeting and we hear you speak or do a role, I always personally think that if only you were more consistent, we would see so much more of you. We would learn so much from you, and you would learn so much from these meetings. So, absolutely fantastic. And to paraphrase Toastmaster Mason, perhaps our most valuable player of the day today, all you need to do is just to turn up every day, again and again. So great to have you. Anyone else who'd like to share their thoughts?
There are two young Toastmasters trying to pop up on the screen. Let's take some of their words as well. There are two of them.
Yes, one is in Karachi and one is in Islamabad. So
yes,
please bring them on the screen. Toastmaster Imran and DTM. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. Would she like to say something?
Spotlight? What happens when you're in Spotlight?
No.
Feedback from guest Rabia.
Right, and we have Xenia. Xenia, how are you?
DTM Tala, what I'm afraid that both of them will be DTM well before me.
Well,
well before Imran Rana also.
Yeah.
Imran Rana, it's a lesson we need to take very seriously, I'm telling you.
Exactly. So yeah, let me put it out there. Toastmaster Asghar, for DTN, you need to sponsor and mentor a club. That's all you need to do. The rest of the requirements you have fulfilled. Yes, there's a DTN project to do, but you have done so many projects that it will be child's play for you. So yeah, sponsoring and mentoring a new club, that's something you need to do. And Toastmaster Imran, everybody would be pleased to know that here is one unique case in the entire world where he has completed all the other requirements several times over, except for speeches. So all he needs to do is to complete 2 parts, and the DTM is his.
Okay,
So
is it
I'm putting it
no,
out there.
is it
Maybe
possible? No, no, is it
convince him,
possible?
because
Is
I
it
have
possible?
failed.
Is it
Yeah.
possible that I trade off one of my sponsor and club coach award to Toastmaster Asghar, and I take his one pathway? And it's a win-win situation for both of us.
DTM is
Well,
not a
yeah,
negotiated title.
given what else is going on, that's not outside the realm of possibility for you to wish such a thing. But trust me, it's not legal. So
By the
nobody
way,
take any ideas.
how much speech work is pending with Toastmaster Imran Rana? What is his current status in speeches?
Approximately, yeah,
No, no,
one part. And you
So
have a keynote
how do I
pending
break
too,
down
right?
of second part?
so if
No,
Toastmaster
it was to the
Toastmaster Imrana agrees, he can deliver 4 speeches in KTC, 4 speeches in Century Paper, and 2 speeches in Husn Khitabat. So within 1 month, he can deliver 10 speeches, and it is not difficult for him to deliver 10
He
speeches. He's master.
he'll gladly agree and then proceed to do nothing about it.
He'll
So
agree and he'll not do anything.
yeah.
But let me tell you, if I could just add, it's really not easy to do speeches.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how do people do it. I'm looking for a lot of inspiration because I'm impressed by the ones who can really prepare, because I would usually need a month to prepare up an idea, articulate it, while walking around, how to look out for things that could actually connect, then script it. And then that script will change minimum 5 times. And of course, while practicing, again, the script would change. And then I end up. And then before all this, I will be going through the project
practice.
simultaneously. The project will be read again and again, read again and again. Okay, is this the part? Is this the part? Is this the part? So for me, I don't know how DTM Farooqi has done it, or there is one more Toastmaster, Shakil Khaja. I have no idea how. I mean, I still have to reach to your levels because I can't do it still.
Well, you can reach out to DTM Farooqi. You can also reach out to DTM Sarfaraz, because he has a long
11
history
parts.
of. Yeah, exactly.
see that
So
DTM era.
And if you all remember, there was a Pakistani Toastmaster in the District 105 who's the world's first person to do all the
yeah,
parts.
to complete all
Amjad Ali, who came to
Amjad Ali.
Pakistan, and he
He
did
came
it
to Karachi too.
within 3 to 4 months of all parts releasing.
Yeah,
He finished
exactly.
all the parts. So he is the record holder. Again, he was a Pakistani. Again, he was
Yeah.
someone who was just come up with speeches, and I have no idea. And now he's a big celebrity. So probably something that it was in him that he could do it.
Toastmaster Iram Rizvi and Toastmaster Imran Rana. I would suggest one thing. The speeches that we deliver in Toastmaster meetings are different from the speeches that we deliver in contest. You don't have to be very much prepared for these speeches. You don't have to think for a month on the topic. You don't have to write it 5 times. You don't have to practice it multiple times. This is club meetings. So, for instance, today I got an idea that I can prepare a speech which would be between the comparison between spirituality and the worldly ambitions of the people. So I will continue thinking about this topic in my mind. Things will come up in my mind, and one day I will try to write all those things in the main points, and then I will think how to start. How should I start my speech? Okay, where should I add some humor? Oh, this is the place where I can add humor. How should I close my speech? This should be my closure. Speeches are not difficult in club meetings. You do it, you will be more frequent, it will be very easy for you the more you do it. The more you think, the more it will be difficult for you. Think less, come on the stage.
Sorry, this is not a discussion forum, but thank you so much,
Yeah.
DTM Tala, for giving. I beg to differ. I think one of the best gifts that Toastmaster has given us, which I say again and again, is the stage. The stage is like the temple for us. It's the masjid for us, for the speakers, because this is the only platform after your school time where you are actually getting a place where once you come on stage, people are giving their energies, their time, leaving their families, leaving anything else that they could do, and they come and they listen to you, whether it's online or whether it is on the virtual stage or the physical stage. So for me, my mentors who have been in the beginning, everyone, and I see all of them are like me. Most of my mentors are like me. But then one thing I've seen is that once they come on the stage, they are so well prepared, because each project makes you a better communicator or a leader. Each project. So my mentor, who was the first mentor, that Jeet, had done just 10 of his projects of communications path, which was the earlier ones. And he's a coach. He's an ex-Navy of India. He's been doing things. He's an LCS certified member. 10 projects, which took him 3 years to do, has made him a top trainer, one of the top global trainers. That's the power of Toastmasters pathways. So if you are just doing it for the sake of thinking that it's just a club meeting and just do any idea that you have, that doesn't serve the purpose of that project of 40 pages that we have. That, we have to go through the project, the outlines and everything, and do justice with it. And in my district where I come from, when we get evaluations, and if we are getting points which is not really, the evaluator felt that it didn't really serve the purpose of the object, we repeat it. We again script it and we again repeat it, because the idea is integrity, to do it till you're better. I have seen people who have done 3 to 4 paths, and I'm surprised that they're not the speaker of that sort. So this is where we question that, why have we joined Toastmasters? And so probably this is one place I really admire you as a Toastmaster, but one place where I wouldn't really agree.
I think it also has to do
If answer, can I suggest something?
Yeah.
If answer, how many pathways have you completed?
Five.
Answer, am I audible?
5.
Yeah.
Okay, 5
5.
Can I suggest you something? Since the old curriculum is available online, I would suggest you to go those curriculum, start CC manual, then all those advanced manual, then you'll feel the difference.
There is a distortion. I couldn't properly hear what you were saying.
Yeah. What he's saying is, what Toastmaster Iqbal is suggesting is pick up the old curriculum and do projects and manuals out of that. And yes, I can second that, because I have completed that curriculum. So it's completely worlds apart. There are some manuals and some projects in there whose equivalent you still don't find in Pathways today. Perhaps they will add those in future, but not right now. So it would be a good idea to do that. Before we move further, Rabia Ali, would you like to share your thoughts about the meeting? Yes, Rabia. Yeah.
Well, attending the Toastmaster club and just like second time, I really like it, and now I'm planning to join it as a member. I really like the idea of speaking on a given topic like spirituality, because again, it's a personal thing. For someone, it's a personal religious thing. For someone, it's a personal experience. So overall, I like the idea of speaking in front of many people, just just by saying, "Can you join and speak it up?" For me, it was just sudden. So I really like the idea. I think I'll be better speaker if I join this group or this club.
Thank you so much. And DTM Abir, I saw your hand raised. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, I just felt it as an obligation. I was asked to speak and then I was not available. So I came upstairs to share my views about the meeting. To be in the race, it's always important to continue practicing. And Toastmasters is one of those platforms that shape you to become what you really want to become. And I'm I'm certainly the witness of that. I've experienced everything in my life, from where I was to where I am today. So, I mean, the major contribution is by the Toastmasters. So it has a huge impact. Returning back and then, getting an opportunity to speak on the table topic, being first speaker was something that I felt like, there's something I'm missing out and I need to get back. So, yeah. So thank you once again. KTC is like a home to me, and I always feel like, welcomed, honored, respected, and that's the beauty of the club that I always enjoy. So thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. To paraphrase, I don't know, it was Odin who said that Asgard is not a place, it's people. So KTC is not not an independent whole. It is made of people like you. Uh, People like you, Toastmaster Imran, everyone in this meeting who have given their time and effort towards this club. It all accumulates to make KTC what it is. So thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you again. Now to announce the results. Okay. Best speaker goes to myself by a very small margin. So thank you for voting for me. Best Big Four goes to our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Saad Amin. Congratulations. Best Evaluator, DTM Irab Rizvi. And again, that's my award actually, because if I had not made that speech, you would have that award. So, all right. Best Table Topics goes ironically to the person who was not supposed to speak at table topics at all, Toastmaster Imran Rana. Congratulations, but let me just say that it was a hard fought battle because all the table topic speeches were quite amazing. Best facilitator today goes to our superwoman, Toastmaster Hiba, playing the role of our counter and listener both. Congratulations. And are there any awards left? No, they aren't. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, everyone. It was a lovely, lovely morning with all of you. And hope to see you all again next Sunday at 11.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you.
Allah
Bye.
Hafiz. Bye.